I'll let you.
right.
I'm sure there's lots of.
Well, again, mother of two daughters, I am concerned, especially with young men, that as they are exposed to porn, they truly think that that is what a loving relationship between a man and a woman looks like. When my kids were young, whatever that TV show was, we started with SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch, or my husband would watch the show with them. Not because we thought there was anything that necessarily was negative on the show, but we knew that some of the themes and some of the words that were used were things that they wouldn't understand. And we wanted to be there to be able to explain it. The kids were, certainly they were teenagers at this point, but when they watched Glee, I watched it with them to make sure that I could explain. And it is... it's deeply troubling to me that kids who are looking for information about sex are watching pornography and thinking that that's what a loving relationship looks like, or that's what sex looks like.
Absolutely. So, if all you do is watch, especially the things they're actually gravitating towards, there is some, sexual imagery that or porn that is, does show, relationships and sort of going into that. And some people enjoy that. But the things that they're gravitating towards, or they're being shown by their friends in school, or their older siblings or their friends' older siblings is what you're describing. And so what they'll see is that, for, a female identified person that, they have an orgasm in 10 seconds, right? And that they need to do X, Y, and Z. And that, they're being shown this is how it's supposed to work. And that a man is hard all the time, 100% of the time. And if they're not, that there's a problem. And that they'll last 4 hours, and that you should last 4 hours, and that someone wants you to last 4 hours. So, without explanation, there's an issue there. Or that, people enjoy certain things, or, that certain things are bad and that other things are good. And, that's not always the case. And you don't see a whole lot of variety. And understanding that people like different things, and that it's going to take different things to, bring other, different people to pleasure. Mm-hmm. And that, having an orgasm every time isn't the goal, but pleasurable sex is the goal, and connection.